Hello, students. Time to work on the future for better understanding and better performance. So, in this series, we were doing Bahu ki Vida. Right, in the last four videos I have covered almost all parts of Bahu ki Vida, and this is the last part, the part 5, where I'll be covering the last two pages. So Bahu ki Vida, as you know, has been written by Vinod Rastogi. So, just to give you a quick recap on what has happened in the story so far, the protagonist, Mr. Jeevan Lal, he is not letting Kamla go home. He's not letting the Vidai of Kamla happen. Kamla is a new bride, and like the tradition goes, Kamla needs to go home, go to her parents' home for Savan, for the first Savan after marriage. But Jiman Lal is not letting that happen because he says that Kamla's family did not give the complete dowry, and also they did not take good care of his relatives in the wedding, which has left a black mark on his reputation, and that's why they have to compensate. And in order to compensate, they have to give 5,000 rupees cash so that he can get the antiseptic for the wound they have given by not treating his relatives well. And that's what is Jivanlal's part. And then Pramod, the brother of Kamla, he has come to take her home because traditionally, the first time the new bride, she doesn't go alone to her parents' house. It's the brother who escorts, and that's why Pramod has come to escort her home. Rajeshwari, she is the wife of Jivanlal, and Jivanlal, like she does not like what Jivanlal's stand is on this matter, and she is trying to support Kamla. She says that I will give the money. She asks Pramod about how much money, and then she says that I will give the money so that Kamla can go home. Pramod and Kamla, they are hesitant and they don't want to take the money, but she insists. She says that I am a mother. I am waiting eagerly for my own daughter Gauri to come home, who's got married recently, and she also is supposed to come home for her first Savan. And that's why I understand what your mother's feelings are, and I also understand what is going on in Kamla's mind. So, this Vida will definitely happen till I am alive. I will not let this take place that Vidai does not happen, and that's why she's asked, she's supporting, and she's asked Kamla to bring the money from her treasury. And then Jivanlal again enters the scene, and he's talking about, he's excited about Gauri's coming home, and he's again, he's in a mode of taunt, and he says that I want these people to see how reputed people welcome their daughters and all that, and that's why he's just telling all that. And by that time, Ramesh, who is Kamla's husband and Gauri's brother, so Ramesh had gone to escort Gauri home, and Ramesh has returned without Gauri. And the latest which Ramesh has given, the latest news is that Gauri has not come home. So everybody is very stunned at this decision, and the mother Rajeshwari, she becomes motionless, and Kamla is like she also doesn't know how to react, and she's like she starts shivering, and remember she's standing behind the curtain, so the curtain moves by the shivering of Kamla. And Pramod, he is looking at Jeevan Lal with with a lot of intent. He's looking at him very very attentively and all, with a lot of intent. And Jivanlal, his reaction is something like as if somebody has punched him in his heart, in his chest. So that kind of reaction he's giving. He's saying, Vida nahi ki? क्यों विदा नहीं की? So he's like, they didn't send her home, they didn't do the vida. Why? Why is it so? And Ramesh is like, they said that we have not given the complete dowry. So the same thing what Jivan Lal has been doing to Kamla, the same thing is happening to Gauri. So the karma, as I told you, karma is coming back to him. And Jivan Lal is irritated. He says, I have given away all what I earned throughout my life in dowry, and these people, they don't see that we have given so much dowry, they feel it is less. They are such greedy people. And now Rajeshwari gets a chance to speak out, and she's like, she gets up and she says, you are using bad words for them. The girl's family, whatever they do, even if they sell their house and give the money to the give the dowry to the in-laws, then also the groom's family, they always find fault and they always feel that dowry is less only. And then Jivan Lal is like, but there is something called as decency and humanity. And to this, Rajeshwari interrupts in between and says that now you're talking about decency and humanity. Some time ago, and she's interrupted by Jivan Lal, who says, you please keep quiet. And Rajeshwari is completely a rebellion now. She says, I have kept quiet for a long time. I will not remain quiet anymore. What is the fault with the dowry of Bahu? Bahu is the daughter-in-law, so she's referring to Kamla, and she's asking Jivanlal that what is the fault with her dowry? But you are such a person. So Jivan Lal, he starts talking as if he's not hearing what Rajeshwari is saying, and then he says that they have not sent my Gauri home. They have not done her vida, and they have insulted us like anything. And he is fumbling for words, and Rajeshwari, again, she does not leave the opportunity, and she's saying, you also are not letting somebody's daughter go home, so you are also insulting them. And this Jivanlal is not able to stand this, and he screams here and he says, Gauri ki ma. So Gauri ki ma is Rajeshwari, so he's calling her by a different name, Gauri ki ma. And then Rajeshwari says that now also you have not understood whatever behavior you want your people should be the way you want people should behave with your daughter, you should also behave the same way with others' daughter, because you know the daughter-in-law also is like daughter only, and till you don't consider the daughter-in-law as your own daughter, you will not be at peace and you will not be happy also. Jivanlal, he starts walking restlessly. He's, how it is when he was waiting so eagerly, and then his daughter only doesn't come up, and then his wife is showing the mirror to him and telling him what fault he is at, and that's why he's restless and he's hanging his head down. And in the meanwhile, Pramod goes and stands near Ramesh. So Jivan Lal, like Rajeshwari told him to consider the daughter-in-law as daughter. So he's repeating, he's saying Bahu or Beti, Beti or Bahu. It's a very difficult question. It's a very difficult problem. I don't understand. And Rajeshwari responds and she says that if all groom's family remember that they also are daughters family, they also have daughters, then all such problems will be solved. And Jivanlal, he stops. Remember, he was walking, huh? So he stops by and he looks at his wife and says, maybe you're right. And meanwhile, Pramod, he gets up, he moves, and he says in a low voice that now I'm going, so I take your leave, Babuji. Babuji, he's addressing Jivan Lal as Babuji, and Jivan Lal is like he's reacting in surprise, and Pramod says that Now it is time for my train to go. I am going. And he goes towards the door, till the door, and then he turns back and says that I will return soon, and please trust me, this time I will definitely get the antiseptic for your wound. So figuratively he is referring to the 5,000 money, 5,000 rupees cash, which Jivan Lal had demanded. And Jivan Lal replies in a very sad voice, and he says, wait, Pramod, I'm feeling ashamed, and please don't add to that shame of mine anymore. My whatever wound I had, my daughters-in-laws have already cured that wound by giving me another wound. So the children basically, he was referring to his wound as the one which Kamla's family had given them by not taking care of their his relatives, and that is what he's calling as wound. Now he has another wound which Gauri's family has given him by accusing him not to have given complete dowry for Gauri. So this is another wound has, and that's what he's referring to. And he's telling Pramod that I had a wound, but my daughter's family, my daughters-in-laws, have cured that wound by giving me another wound. And Pramod, he is surprised at his behavior, and he's in surprise. He says, Babuji. And then Jeevan Lal sighs and says that at times, a wound works like the antiseptic itself. And then so again, this has a profound meaning of saying that at times you already are wounded, but if you get a bigger wound, then you forget your old wound. So then what happens? The new wound, the bigger wound, is becoming a cure to that old wound, which the person suffering does not remember, because his focus is more on that bigger wound, which is giving more pain. So that's what he's saying. And then he turns to Rajeshwari, and he addresses her and says that, oh, what are you doing standing here? Go, why don't you prepare? Go inside and prepare for the Viday of Kamla. Now Kamla gets to hear this news, and she's standing behind the curtain, and she is now, tears start trickling down from her eyes, because now she's happy, and she wipes those tears and goes inside in a hurry. Ramesh and Pramod, they are smiling and they are looking at each other. And Jeevan Lal, he moves, he gradually, slowly, he moves towards the window, and he starts looking out when the curtain falls down. So children, I hope you enjoyed this play, and I hope I was able to explain and make you all understand the whole play. And whatever feedback you have, I would like you to mention on the comments. If you want me to do anything else, or if you want me to explain something else on your curriculum, you can also contact me and write me a message, or mention in the comments, so that I can work on that in my next videos. Please subscribe if I am able to solve your problem, and give me likes as well. Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you in the next video.